everybody, welcome back to my vlog. Today is part 2 of Sydney restaurant and bars, and I'll be talking about some of the bars that you might be interested in visiting during this post-COVID era where everyone seems to be out and about now. It's 2022, it's nearly mid-year, and it's just interesting to see cities like Sydney that are kind of coming out of the hibernation and just being reignited, and it's really great to see. So first up, this bar is called Frank Max. Now it's at 83 George Street. It's down at the Rocks, and it's a heritage kind of sort of sandstone building. It was built in 1840, and if you're partial to botanical spirits, this is a bar for you, in particular gin. You don't need to enjoy gin. There are lots of other beverages available. It's kind of, I think, one of the best gin bars in Sydney. So even if you wanted to kind of just, see what it was all about, it's really worthwhile visiting. Push Bar. This one is at 143 George Street, again down at the Rocks. Really interesting, this one. It's on the ground floor of the Russell Hotel, that boutique hotel, and its name comes from a blues and jazz club that was operating in the 70s. Prior to that, I think it was named from a local gang that was terrorising the area called Sydney's Push or something like that. So the guy who ended up selling this bar, the guy who owned it and sold it, he later opened up the Basement, a fabulous live music venue down at Circular Quay. The Doss House. Now the Doss House is at 79 George Street. It's an intimate heritage underground bar, and it's kind of got a stylish vintage interior. I think it'll enchant you with its fascinating history. It used to be like a doctor's surgery, a bootmaker's place, an opium den, a boarding house even. So very interesting. It's kind of separated into different quarters, different spaces. I think there are 4 of them. So it's a great place to go and catch up with friends, family, special people in your life. Check it out. It's the Doss House, 79 George Street. The Door Knock is located at 70 Pitt Street in Sydney. It's one of those bars where you have to kind of look for it, a little bit hidden, but a great spot to get away from the hustle and bustle of Sydney. It's got really nice interior furnishings. It's got sort of fairy lights, hide rugs under the tables. It's got a rustic vibe to it. And it's just a really nice, moody, romantic kind of bar to catch up with friends. And I recommend this one. It's nice. Apollonia. Apollonia is another moody, romantic kind of bar, and it's kind of in a basement. It's got dim lights, and it's got marble bars, red leather banquet seating. The vibe is a little bit sophisticated and a bit posh. It's like a little cozy cave with like dark floors and lots of velvet, lots of gold, lots of candlelight. I really like this one. Check it out.
Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. We've got everything you want, honey. We know the names. We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you've got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Watch it bring you to your knees.
Maybe Sammy. This bar is located at the Rocks. It's kind of feels like a hotel bar without the hotel. It's a Las Vegas cocktail bar, kind of sophisticated, glamorous, and it takes its inspiration from the Rat Pack and that Hollywood glamour era where, that sort of stuff was admired and revered. It was named after Sammy Davis Jr., decked out in marble. The booths, pink, gold, velour, lots of gold, and just interesting, really interesting, this one. Check it out. The Orient. I don't know that I really need to say much about the Orient. It's one of Sydney's most iconic bars, a must-see, must-visit bar. It's one of the oldest bars in Sydney. It's got a few areas that you can check out. Obviously, there's a lot of live music that they still play in the public bar. There is also an alfresco area on Argyle Street, and up on the first floor, it's got a dining area and terrace bar called Mrs. Jones. Anzac Day and Australia Day, it just really, becomes the place to sort of go and enjoy the celebrations. It gets really crowded, lots of fun. People just have a great time at the Orient. The other hotels, or the other bars I should say, around the Rocks, that I won't go into detail, the Mercantile, the Glenmore, the Hero of Waterloo, the Fortune of War, all of those, and probably others, all of those are worthwhile visiting. Now, there are lots and lots of other bars around Sydney, whether they're old, whether they're new. I don't have enough time in this video to kind of review all of them, but these are just a few that I've chosen that I hope, you might kind of go and check out if you're ever in Sydney in the next, few months. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that Sydney does seem to have come alive again, and I think it really deserves its place in the international sort of scene of cities to go and visit. Obviously for me, the culture, the nightlife, the eating, the dining, the drinking, the sort of social factor is a huge part of a city's attraction. So I think Sydney is up there with a lot of those cities overseas. Go and check out some of the restaurants and bars that I've mentioned in my vlog. Hope you've enjoyed them. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks, guys.